What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's talk about what we saw in the charts go on. Let's talk about Max Pain. Let's talk about the Ortex. Let's see if we can make a logical plan as to which way it's going to go or what might happen. And we'll go from there. If that sounds like something you're interested in, if you don't mind hitting the like button, the engagement really does help beat the YouTube algorithms. Otherwise, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. All right, last time we checked Max Pain, it was at $15. We can see that that is getting a whole lot closer to the actual price now. Max Pain sitting at 12. This number is kind of a living number. It's going to change as the calls and the puts change. So we'll keep an eye on that, but as of right now, it's still a little bit higher than where we sit, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. Doesn't always have to happen, but a lot of times we know that it does happen, or at least very close to it. As far as the Ortex goes, looks like the shorts have climbed back up just a little bit again today. They're estimating 1.17 million as an increase. So free float on loan 57.13%, shares on loan 44.15 million. Utilization came down today, which is surprising to me. So it's not 100% utilization anymore. Cost to borrow average did come down a little bit as well, which also was a little bit surprising. So maybe some shorts did get out in that run up. It's possible. Maybe they're just not reporting them. I don't know. All we can do is work with what we got. So it's so crazy how charts work, isn't it? In our last video, we were talking about not being interested in this thing until at least $9.86, and it gaps up to $9.87. It's so dumb. Algorithms are so stupid. And then I'm like, well, at $9.86 to $10, and then we hung at $10 for a good majority of the day. Oh, algorithms. So what are we going to do with the algorithms? Well, here's one of our trend lines that's in purple. It's kind of just skimming along that right now, which is giving us a little bit of strength coming into this trend line that's coming in over our head. As far as our next level of real support that we want to see is $10.32. That's where I would like to see it hang out. Where is it right now? I don't even have it pulled up. 1036. So let's see if we can cling on to this and what it wants to do. I think there might be a little bit of movement possibly in the after hours if it's going to respect this trend line. I don't know if anything will get too crazy by any means, but we're seeing a lot of movement in the after hours in the pre-market, whether it's dropping, gapping down or gapping up. It seems like it's making those moves in the after hours and pre-market. So let's see if it does want to continue to roll. I mean, that was a lot of volume for absolutely nothing to really happen for a good majority of the day. If you caught that run up, or if you even played it early in the morning and then caught puts on the way back down, like I said, I don't ever care what direction you guys play this thing. As long as you play it in the direction it's going, it definitely makes it a whole lot easier for your bank accounts to stay green. But I want to see $9.73 hold. And I think as long as we're going in the right direction, we're going to be talking about the upside. So where can we go from here? Next level of resistance, if we hang on, is going to be 10.69, then right around $11, and then 11 and a quarter, call it. If we're going to be talking about downside, then we're looking for a bounce right around that $10 since we got above it and held on, and then from there $9.43. So really want to see what happens from here. I think with Max Pain being up a little bit and the volume still being here, maybe we have a chance to work our way to that upside. I mean, it's not really too hard to believe that we could hit it because it obviously hit it this morning in pre-market. I'm really amazed that they didn't go ahead and get that lower gap fill, but I don't know. Just maybe they will crank this thing to Max Pain, and then they'll all load up on puts, and then they'll cash in down to $8 next week or something. We're just gonna have to see how big money wants to play it, how the algorithms want to play it. But hang on to that 1032. If we can't hang on to that 1032, then just be prepared for the $10 level, 9.96, to come into play again, and from there $9.43. After that, I'm probably going to start going back to screaming at that gap fill to come back in and we will just have to see. It's kind of in that iffy spot. We got about, in my opinion, a $2 move either direction. So your risk to reward is very, very, very guessy. Is that a word? If you got to guess, I would say either way you're playing it, make sure that you're playing with a pretty good stop loss, because this could go either direction, and I think we're looking at a $2 move in either direction, either $2 down to fill that gap or $2 up to meet that max pain. Doesn't have to happen, but that's the scenario that I'm seeing, and I think either one of those could be very easily realized. So keep an eye on the trend. You can see as of right now we have been kind of trending down, but it's starting to make that break back out of that trend and start to head in the right direction for us. So I'm still hopeful that there's room to the upside on this one before or between now and the end of the week, but we're just going to have to see exactly how that plays out. What are we looking like as far as the 200? So the 200 MA, going to be a heavy rejection point for us, I would venture to guess, but I mean, it's sitting up there at $13 on the 1 hour. Where are we at on the $14 on the daily? Going to be a highly live active number, but we are above the 200 as far as the shorter time frames go, which allows us to be a little bit more bullish and to be able to move. So I don't think the 200 is going to be a rejection point for us if we're looking at just $12 for that max pain level. I think it could be a very realistic goal. The RSI, as far as everything goes, it's kind of honestly cooling off, coming down just a little bit, so we really need to see it base and make that turn right about now if it's going to. On the longer time frames, it's trying to turn around on the 30 minutes and the 1 hour. We had that big push, so it's kind of going to make this ugly, but it does look like it's ever so slightly trying to set some higher highs and higher lows. So again, makes me think that there is a possibility that this could work to the upside. Watch this trend line coming down over our heads. That's going to be number one breakout in my opinion. And when will it happen? If it doesn't happen in after hours, then we're going to see that downside. So we need to see it cling to that $10.32 level and just continue to consolidate through here or get a push up, in my opinion, so that we don't get knocked down. If we get through that, I think tomorrow could look okay, but I might be wrong. So as always, guys, have a trading plan, play with stop losses. You can always get back into a play. If you're up money, take money, and then just wait until there is a clear direction that you're comfortable playing in one of these channels. But other than that, I appreciate you guys coming back. I hope you had a good day in the markets overall. If you don't mind, you can drop a like, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys in the next one. I will be traveling for a few days, so I'll try to be here with you just for some updates, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it from my laptop. I haven't hooked it up or even tried to practice or see if it can handle this kind of stuff, so I will look into that. And if it works, then I'll be back here with you tomorrow and Friday. And if not, I'm okay. I'm just on the road. So enjoy the evening, and as always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.